just rap a lot. I went and got my digits up. Your favorite, bruh. You don't want no trouble, cuz. The 25th, I got a meeting with the governor. That's your rap a lot, no cap a lot. I used to from Farron down to Camelot. I used to whip up in my granny's pot. She asked my friends, was I? They said, nope, he not. The line to a praying woman. The truth's a heavy burden and it's weighing on me. Red doggies caught me slipping with the wailing on me. I went to calling out for Jesus like a reverend on me. Chalked it up to sin, took it on my chin. Gotta take some L's if you wanna win. They took a but didn't take a sin. I didn't even have no re-up I could re-up with. Had to rob another just to re-up. Pray to God that in his heart he found forgiveness for me. It was nothing personal, it was just business for me. When I got on, I paid him back and told him it was ugly. I'd rather ask forgiveness like 100 times than be asking for permission in a beggar's line.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Detroit Lions. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. If you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back plenty of room to rumble.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And Mostert with a first down carry. Nice carry. Gets his way forward for a pickup of about 6 yards. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run right side with Mostert. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Here's Mostert. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Wilson. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up, I think, for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big connection on that one. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They'll run. It's Henry. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, and he's that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Now that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. He'll buy some time right. And that is caught. Touchdown. Oh, there is a marker on the field. The celebration may be short-lived. Let's see. The penalty yards marched off as they'll try again on 2nd and goal. They'll give Henry another shot. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Tannehill.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off down near the 5. And he is all the way up past the 25.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, this defense for the Titans, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Play action. It's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hawkinson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Play action. It's Tannehill.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Tannehill going to get this forward on the jet sweep.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First down carry for Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Second down, they go again with Henry. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Flush to his right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
And that's a tough one for the defense because the coverage was good downfield. He was forced to work his way out of the pocket to his right, spotted his man on the sideline, and got it to him to pick up the first down on 3rd down.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill rolling to his left. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Henry. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 22. 51 yards on the ground for him so far.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the 2nd level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff to Henry. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Titans have made this a 1-score game. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. McCann's got it teed up. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Able to slither by. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40, before being taken down. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he's going to have a first down on a gain of about 10, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And the Titans are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your #1 path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Yeah, great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Tannehill. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Tannehill. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And got his man complete. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off play action, Tannehill sliding out of the... And he will score! Touchdown, Titans! A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Titans have taken the lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Thompson to return it. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flushed out right. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half. And for the call, let's get you back up to Nashville. Music.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Henry again on 2nd down. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's going to get to the red zone. 106 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Titans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. McCann's got it teed up. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all? Now the ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Titans. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Rashad Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Flush to his right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. On first down, Henry, a strong running. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 127 yards rushing for him in this one, and he is drawing ever closer to a 2,000-yard season.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you. Check. Fresno.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
But a spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't it?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Here's Henry. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Tucker McCann out now for the Titans field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. McCann's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
McCann's got it teed up. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Swift. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's going to be stacked up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
typically we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On third down, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. They'll run on first down. It's Henry. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
142 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Henry shrugs him off. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, his second touchdown of the night. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
McCann's got it teed up. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And this one taken in by Cephas. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing is Wilson.
He gets this complete to Cephas.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Going for the deep ball. And this is taken in at the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for Detroit.
Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Yeah, carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
2nd and 5.
Right. Just like that.
Running left, it's Henry. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Titans on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. A give to Henry. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
On 4th down, Tannehill. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now it's Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Draw play. This is Henry. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Titans are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. McCann's got it teed up. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop. Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. But today's NFL about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you can just sense the crowd thinking, oh no! And their worst fears weren't realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And to put a bow on it, Next Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Tannehill going to throw it. Rolling to his right. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
In a spot where most offenses would just be trying to get to the finish line and close this game out, they're still looking for points here in the final minute of this game. I think bonuses could be gained and attained with maybe more points.
On 1st down, Henry. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Second down, they go again with Henry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Tennessee, they run their record to 13-3 now on the year.